Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back, or welcome to another Bangs audio review. Yes, I am back. I have, well, at least I'm on the upturn from my lovely week with COVID-19. That was not fun. Yeah, not something to mess around with. Luckily, going to the doctor, getting my oxygen level checked, and my lungs and all that kind of stuff, everything's okay. Just had a particularly troublesome run with it, but I am on the mend, and so I'm back. And I'm back to do the Artti R6 DSP, baby. So this little guy was provided to me from Artti and Volkchoi on AliExpress, so it was a joint venture to get me these, and they were free of charge. So, keeping that in mind, I did get them for free, but nobody asked me to say anything specifically about them, for them, against them. Why would they ask me to say something against them? That's dumb. Anyway, all thoughts and opinions are my own, as per usual. I like the shell. I think it's pretty cool. Do they feel expensive? No, they don't, as we jump directly into build quality. There's not much to the unboxing, to be honest with you. But it is cool because it has this sort of design pattern. You can see right into the 10mm dynamic driver. Yeah, it's not hiding anything, that's for sure. And I kind of like the see-through, the transparent shell. This little pattern on the back is nice. The sort of grayish color around, that's all plastic. I don't think that's aluminum. I highly doubt it, but build quality for this price point I feel is just fine. It is a $25 IEM when it's not on sale. When it is $20 or less. Currently, I think right now it's down into the mid to upper teens on AliExpress during the most recent sales cycle, which is going on now. I think through the 21st. Anyway, it's happening now, so if you're interested, you should get them now because they're really, really, really cheap right now. Some of the sellers have them for like 17 or 16 bucks. I'm going to tell you right now, if that's your price range, if that's your budget, you could do a lot worse, honestly. But we'll get into my feelings and sonic impressions on them. It's not going to be a long review. There's not really a ton to go over. But we will do specs off of the back of the box. You are looking at a 16 ohm resistance. You are looking at 112 decibel sensitivity. That tracks based on my experience with it. And 20 hertz to 20 kilohertz frequency response. The cable that they sent me was the DSP cable, and I'm really happy that they did. Because my experience using the DSP cable was quite frankly, much different than using the standard 3.5 or 4.4, which I did try on them. And with that cable, with your standard connection, I don't feel like they perform all that well. You can see the measurements I took here. Yeah. Not a great channel match, but not terrible. There's some differences here with the ear gain, but and then up here, I don't know. They were tested with foams on them, so there's room for operator error there for sure. This sound signature is not exactly at my target. I'll just put it that way. I felt like they were kind of bright. I felt like that there was bass, but it wasn't really high quality bass. It was just kind of there. Fairly well balanced in that respect, but not exactly like thrilling. But when I plugged in the DSP, something happened to them, and it made them really just a lot more listenable, a lot smoother and in the treble, a lot smoother overall, and a little bit more impact on the bass. Yeah, they were a much different set with the DSP going on. And I just literally plugged them in, into the laptop straight up. There's a little dongle deck I picked up for not much money too. Haven't really gotten into testing that yet, so I'm not going to go into it. But yeah, I mean, if you USB-C port on your laptop, on your tablet, on your Android phone, Pixel or Galaxy or whatever you're rocking there, if it's got a USB-C, you can plug it straight in. I have an older iPhone. Oh yeah, iPhone 15 too. I have an older iPhone, so I couldn't plug it directly into my phone, but I could plug it into my laptop, and I actually pretty thoroughly enjoyed my experience with the R6 in DSP mode on the laptop. I'm just going to say it. It was good clarity to it, like not a ton of detail, obviously not a ton of treble extension, but it just seemed to clean up really, really well utilizing the digital signal processing, which I guess that's what it's there for, right? So I mean, I can't say I would listen to metal with them because I wouldn't, and they probably wouldn't be my first choice for hip hop and R&B, although it did sound better with the DSP in action. It was not bad. It's not bad. Considering its price, I think that it performed pretty well. But here's where I think its strong points are. I believe that J-pop, K-pop, American pop, lighter rock, some classic rock, things that sort of go in that territory where there's just not a lot of extremes happening, were where these performed the best. Female vocals really stuck out, like, as a good thing. Everybody from Melody Gardot to Anna Netrebko to Pink to Rihanna to Adele, who I just added into the test tracks, like, were really super, super pleasant to listen to. Really nice tonality, really nice timbre, really natural, really present. Again, if that were my genre or genres of choice, like if female vocals are my thing, and actually K-pop sounded really good on them too, highly processed tracks that are mastered very cleanly, these were very good. They were very good with that. For $25, okay, you got some competition. For $20, are they the next One? I'm not ready to say that. But I think they would compete with the One around the same price point with the DSP and something that just has a little bit of a different tuning to it. A little bit more female vocal oriented tuning to it. I didn't find them shouty unless I was plugged in regular. If I was plugged in 3.5 or 4.4, I felt like the ear gain was too much, and it really kind of bothered me. But with the DSP going, it was fine. So I guess what I'm going to say is this. For an inexpensive introduction to DSP with a decent, not incredible, but a decent driver and at a decent price, you could do worse, honestly. I really feel like maybe that's not a ringing endorsement, but shit, if you're going to drop $15, $17 on these, you want to try DSP and see if it's something you get into or not. Like, it's worth a shot, I think. Like, I wouldn't not listen to these. They're not my first choice. The tuning is not my preference, and I can't play metal through them. But, not everybody is me, and I realize that. So, I can give them a recommend if you're into the things that I mentioned that they do well, and because the DSP on it is quite effective and very cool. You get like 2 sets of ear tips. You get the cable. Order obviously the DSP cable. The nice little thing about the cable is there's a play pause right here, so you can actually utilize that to play and pause music. Apparently, even when they're not plugged in, or when they are plugged in. That was weird. Anyway, it works. See, showed ya. Haha. anyway, so yeah, a cool little set from Artti. You know, this is not a market breaking or market setting set. I'm not going to say that. But it's pretty good. It's DSP and it's under 20 bucks. And those three things, I think, yeah, they make it possibly worth a buy for you if that's where you're shopping, or if you want to try a DSP set and you haven't had one before. I can't say it's a bad choice. So anyway, first review back. We're going to do the new Adonis next. And I will comp it with the OG Adonis, which is one of my favorite single BA2 or single DD2 BA sets. So that's going to come up next, probably around Wednesday or Thursday, as I slowly work back into doing reviews and hopefully continue to feel better. But I wanted to get this one out now because it is on like crazy super sale on AliExpress. I'll link a seller or two in the description for you so you can track it down easily. And yeah, that's all I got to say for now. I want to say one more thing. Please, everybody, let's try to be nice, okay? Let's try. This is a really, really difficult time for a lot of people. And tensions are high, and the temperature is high, and everything is high, and it feels like we're just on the verge of like having a collective nervous breakdown. Please don't ever forget that we are all fucking human beings. We all want to be happy. We all want to enjoy our lives. It's a different picture, I understand, for different people. Try to understand that. Try to be accepting of that. Reach out to somebody. Make them feel better, not worse. Okay? That's all I ask. I love you. I love y'all. You know that. Nothing but peace to you. Seriously. We'll see you soon.